Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my latest videos. The Thirsty Crow. One hot summer day, a crow was flying around looking for water. He had been flying for hours, and he was starting to get very thirsty. Finally, he saw a pitcher of water on the ground. He flew down to the pitcher and tried to drink from it. But the neck of the pitcher was too narrow. The crow was about to give up when he had an idea. He started picking up small pebbles and dropping them into the pitcher. As he dropped the pebbles in, the water level in the pitcher started to rise. Finally, the water level in the pitcher was high enough for the crow to drink. He drank the water greedily, and then he flew away, feeling much better. The crow learned that if you are persistent, you can overcome any obstacle. He also learned that even small actions can make a big difference. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Goldilocks who was walking in the forest. She came across a house and went inside. The house belonged to three bears, but they were not home at the time. Goldilocks eats their food, sits in their chairs, and sleeps in their beds. When the bears come home, they find Goldilocks asleep in their bed. The bears are angry, but they do not hurt Goldilocks. They let her go. And Goldilocks learns her lesson and never went into the bear's house again. The Jackal who saved the lion. The lion was stuck in the mud. He had been there for days, and his leg was starting to rot. The other animals in the jungle had all avoided him, thinking he was too dangerous to help. But then one day, the jackal came along. He saw the lion and felt sorry for him. He knew that if he didn't help the lion, he would die. The jackal worked for hours to free the lion from the mud. He dug and pulled and pushed, and finally, the lion was free. The lion was so grateful to the jackal for saving his life. He promised the jackal that he would never hurt him, and he would always be there to help him if he needed it. The jackal and the lion became friends, and they lived happily ever after. The moral of the story is that even the smallest creature can be helpful, and that kindness always pays off. The Dog and the Bone. Once upon a time, there was a dog named Sparky who was very greedy. One day, Sparky was walking in the forest when he found a juicy bone. He was so excited that he started to run home with it. As Sparky was running, he came to a river. He stopped to look at his reflection in the water. Sparky saw another dog with a bone in its mouth. He wanted that bone, so Sparky opened his mouth to bark at the other dog. But as he did, the bone fell out of his mouth and into the river. Sparky watched in horror as his bone sunk to the bottom of the river. He was very sad and hungry. He had learned a valuable lesson that day. Don't be greedy. Moral of the story: greed can lead to costly foolish behavior. The Bear and the Two Friends. Once upon a time, there was two friends. They were walking through the forest. It was a dangerous forest with many animals. When they entered the forest, they saw a large bear appeared ahead of them. One of the friends quickly climbed a tree, but the other was too scared to move. The bear saw the friend and started to walk towards him. Just then, the friend on the ground had an idea. He lay down on the ground and pretended to be dead. The bear sniffed the friend's ear, but then it turned and walked away. The friend on the tree climbed down and asked his friend what the bear had said to him. The friend on the ground replied, "The bear told me not to trust a false friend." The moral of the story is that true friends will always be there for you, even in times of danger.